Let's talk about prepping the project. This phase is called pre-production. This is when you take your script, your storyboards, and you begin to put together the elements that you're gonna need to go out and shoot it. The more prepared you are in pre-production, the better off you're gonna be when you're shooting. I always like to say that a producer has done a really good job producing something if when they walk on set, there's nothing for them to do. They've done everything. Everything's buttoned up, all the crew is there, all the locations are in order. You know, there's always gonna be something that goes a little bit wrong, but generally everything has been thought of and been addressed. You are gonna first start with creating a line item budget. Depending on how much money you're willing to spend on this, should detail out every single thing that you're gonna need when shooting the commercial. You're gonna wanna departmentalize this. So I usually start with crew. So under that, you're gonna list director, producer, DP, maybe a production assistant. You're gonna list out the different people that you're gonna need in order to accomplish your shoot. And even if they're working for free, put them in there, put 0. That way you know they did you a favor, you owe them. And you're gonna have something to reference. The next department's gonna be your equipment. Where you're getting your camera from. Are you gonna have any lights? Another section is gonna be your actors and your talent, your locations. Add a line item for insurance, even if you're not sure you're gonna need it. Insurance is required for a lot of things. Many locations that you're gonna want require a certificate of insurance. If you're filing for a city permit, they're gonna need insurance. If you're renting any equipment from an equipment house and you don't wanna put a giant hold on your credit card, and some places don't even accept that, you're gonna need a certificate of insurance. Usually this has a deductible, whatnot. If you're familiar with auto insurance, you know what this is, but it's usually a one-off policy, especially if you're just starting out. It might cost a few $100s, and it's gonna be a ticket to a lot of different things. The last thing I do when building a budget is adding in a line item at the end that calculates a contingency across the board. So if all of your line items come out to $5,000 or let's say $1,000, I like to try to add in a 15 to 20% contingency if possible, because things are gonna go wrong, things might pop up that you realize you need, and you wanna have that little bit of extra fluff in your budget to be able to take care of that instead of having to go out of pocket later when it's too late. Creating a really good, generous schedule is gonna allow you to accomplish what you want to accomplish from your script. So this is gonna affect a lot of things, starting with the budget. Do you have line items that are for crew? If you're gonna pay crew day rates, you're gonna pay double the day rate, obviously, if you're shooting in 2 days instead of 1. If you have multiple locations that you're gonna stretch over a certain amount of time, you need to allocate for paying for that stuff. And your schedule is gonna dictate that. Double the amount of time you would think you would need to shoot it, because you'll probably use it. If you have what's called a company move, which is basically changing locations, that could be moving from the kitchen to a bedroom, or from moving to a park to a car. Give yourself time, give yourself at least an hour, even if it's not gonna take you that long, because you never know. Anytime you cut, break down lights, break down cameras, move crew, move actors, you're using up a lot of time. So add that into your schedule. Your schedule is also gonna help you when you're shooting, so you know if you're taking way too much time getting that opening line and you've shot 32 takes and now it's time to move on. You're just gonna have to use one of the takes that you have and go shoot something else, because you won't make your day otherwise. So your to-do item is to create on a document your budget, create on a document your schedule, take those two things and get ready to start putting together the pieces that you need to make it happen.